Warning, STS Radio contains vulgar people, vulgar language, and vulgar ideas. If any of this offends you, kindly blow it out your ass.
Son of a bitch bastard!
Let's start this again, shall we? Jesus Christ.
You're fucking retarded.
Hey, Pickle-Licker, want to play the right intro?
One more time!
Are you ready?
We're back. Did anybody out there honestly miss us?
I don't know where I am.
It's dark.
Thankfully, there's been little morsels of food down here.
Oh my god. It's that date again. Oh no.
Could be poop.
It's that girl from Mohegan Sun of Foxwoods. I think there's more people in here.
How's it going, sir? How's it going?
Had my ups and downs, you know.
I hear you.
Should probably give an explanation as to what's kind of gone on. So the desk that I had pretty much everything on was pretty much on the verge of collapsing. So I'm like, okay, I've got to fix this, and I got to fix it now. So I'm just like, okay, well, I can't really fucking do that much in here. I don't have that much room to work in the room that I'm in. So
limited canvas.
Yeah, I have a limited. I have limited workspace here.
Yes.
So I started emptying out the room little by little by little by little until I had enough room to kind of like get everything together, moved everything around and whatnot. And you know, it's taken me a while because I've had to either work or I've had work or I've had work or I've been exhausted.
Or wiffle ball.
Or wiffle ball. But I also figure, Bruce and I have a pretty good track record of, I don't think we've gone more than 2 weeks or something like that without a podcast or something like that. So our credit is good.
Yeah.
And I figured
a small vacation.
Yeah, a small vacation, plus it's the summer. You've been busy a little bit more. I've been busy a little bit more.
Yeah, I've been trying to get less fat, not succeeding.
Same here. Been thinking about going on this diet lately, so I don't know. Maybe that'll work out. I don't know. No, it's a diet. I'm thinking of doing this thing. It's like the only thing I can really have is like soup, salad, or scrambled eggs. That's it.
And how long are you on this diet for?
I haven't even gone on it yet.
Well, how long would you be on it for, though?
I don't know. As long as it takes, As long as it takes to lose a good amount of weight. Yeah.
And then you'd go back to eating normally.
Probably. I love my peanut butter M&Ms.
And bacon.
Yes, how can we forget bacon?
So then you'd put the weight back on and then lose it again? Is that how this would go?
No. I'm pretty sure if I put it back on at the end of that, it's just going to be like an electric surge that just kills me.
Well, I don't really feel as though I'm in a place to give you any kind of advice.
Nah. But it's all good, man. It's all good. But I figure, there's a bike path / walk path that's, by the house and whatnot. And I figure, use that when I'm not working and whatnot.
There you go. Go for a little stroll.
Yeah, go for a little stroll, maybe a little bike ride if I can find my bike.
I've been doing a lot of biking.
Yeah, how's that going, man?
Good. Been doing, I don't know, something like 50, 60 miles a week, something like that.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. And I've been doing push-ups. I started doing push-ups like every other day, like whenever I didn't ride.
Yeah.
I would do like, 20, 30 push-ups, and I've built it up over time. But then I've been talking to Pete, and he's like, you could probably do push-ups every day and be fine if you're doing, less than like 100 or something. I'm like, okay. I mean, yeah, he knows more than I do, I'm sure. I mean, he knows more about fitness and shit. He's a runner and what have you.
Priceless advice.
So yeah, he told me that I could probably do them every day and get away with it. So I was like, right on. So I started doing them every day, and now I'm up to doing like 50. in a day, and that's with riding too. So
Shit.
I'm working up to doing riding to work, which is a 7-ish mile ride each way.
That's not bad, man.
But I do that 5 days a week, so it's a little bit more than I'm doing now. If I think do the math right, but
yeah, but still, I mean, then you could just cut out the leisure bike rides on the weekends and whatnot, because like you're already getting your bike ride in.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, I probably still want to go like for leisure anyway, because I'd be working my ass off during the week. I'd want to have some fun on it too. But,
Yeah.
yeah.
Then you're just gonna look. You're gonna look at the floor and just go, "Fuck push-ups, man."
Well, no, because I mean, the thing with cycling is it doesn't really work your upper body all that much. So like you end up with a really sleek lower body, and then you're still fat. So
Yeah,
that's why I've been doing the push-ups.
You look like an upside-down bowling pin.
Yeah. I don't want that going on. So I don't want to look like a torch,
Like a torch. Is that your way?
Yeah, big puffy on top. You just light me on fire, carry me around in a cave.
Is that your way of calling yourself a flamer?
I hate you. I guess I set myself up for that, didn't I?
There's a slow pitch from Bruce, and Andy knocks it out of the park. Grand slammerino.
Just call me Tim Wakefield, sir.
Aaron Boone.
Oh, man.
Miss that guy. Oh, well.
But I also brewed my first batch of beer in like 3 or 4 months just yesterday.
Yeah?
So that's pretty cool.
What kind of beer are we talking here?
It's a Saison. It's a beer we brewed a couple times, and that's mostly the reason that I brewed it is because I felt comfortable. Like, it's one I've done before. I have another recipe that I bought the ingredients for, but I've never made a beer like it before.
Now the Saison, is that more of like a lager or an ale or an IPA?
It's an ale, and it's I got ginger, honey, and coriander in it, so it's kind of spicy but kind of sweet. Not terribly alcoholic, but it does kind of feel a little like strong and heavy on the belly, but it's not very hoppy.
All right.
So it's kind of like a farmhouse kind of beer.
Well, that's kind of cool, man.
Yeah,
seriously,
you might actually like it
Yeah.
if you were to try it.
Well, if I ever go back to drinking alcohol again, I'll.
Well, I mean,
give
even
it a
if
call.
you try like a little sip of it, just for the taste of it or whatever.
Yeah, either that or like just do kind of like a wine tasting. Like put like a little bit of wine in their mouth, swish it around,
Switch
spit
back
it out.
out.
Yeah, I could probably do that. Yeah.
Or what I could do is I actually kind of got the idea from a quote-unquote tea that I was making, and I only say that because there's no actual tea in it. It was like honey, ginger, and I don't think there was coriander in it, but it was like this tea mix that I made to kind of like soothe throats and whatnot, that I got this recipe online. And I decided like, hey, that'd be kind of cool in a beer too. But I could make that, and it tastes pretty close to the Saison. No alcohol in it.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not bad.
You just throw some coriander in there, and you get the full effect.
Yeah. I'm telling you, man, we got to get Joe on this fucking podcast.
I know. I would love to talk to Joe about brewing. I'm sure he would school me.
Well, I think so, just because of the experience alone and like he actually does this for a living. But
yeah, exactly. But, be like, you dummy, you shouldn't do that. Be like, right on.
Like, what's your problem, dude? You
Exactly.
trying to come into my turf?
It's funny though. I actually like forgot about the fact that he brewed when I got into it. It was just kind of like Liz's dad had a kit, and it was like, yeah, I guess that'd be kind of fun. I mean, if we're gonna try it, like, let's just use this, and if we don't like it, that way it's like whatever. We didn't have to spend any money on it. He wasn't using it, so fuck it.
Exactly.
It gets use. And it was like, yeah, this is kind of fun.
Yeah,
like I just kind of ramped up.
I probably would have asked him to come on today, but A, I don't know if he's working, and B, he's kind of going through some personal stuff right now. So I figure, like, I'll text him in a little bit just to say, hey, how's it going? Hope everything's okay. But
hopefully shit gets better for him.
Well, yeah, it's not like him directly, but it's somebody associated with him. So,
well, either way,
I don't know if he'll mind me talking about this, but I'm sure he won't. But his girlfriend, her grandmother, just recently passed away, and she was like, because Joe and I were gonna meet for lunch when I got out of work one day, and he's like, dude, I can't make it down. My girlfriend's grandma just passed away. They were incredibly tight and whatnot. So she's like beyond devastated. I was like, dude, then go be with her.
Yeah, seriously.
Like, fuck me, dude, man, go be with her.
I don't mean like fuck me. I mean
no,
BB. And...
Believe me, I have higher standards. It's just you're not my type. With the whole you having a dick thing, but
the dick and the beard and all that just kind of doesn't really do it for me.
Well, no, the beard kind of, just to kind of tickle my balls.
Get around the beard.
Well, I can work with that because I fuck it. He should get, gives me a blowjob, fucking tickles the balls.
All
right, I can go with that. Oh man, fucking
puts a whole new spin on the whole Neidhart thing, doesn't it?
It does.
Oh,
I'm telling you, man. Shit. I gotta tell you about what happened this past weekend, though.
What'd you do? Notice how I immediately jumped to blaming you here.
Yes,
dummy.
That's great.
Like, it's not me, you fuck.
Like, what did I? Even I'm looking at myself like, wait, what the hell did I do?
I don't know. I feel bad about it. Whatever it is.
So, months ago, I had gotten tickets. The guys from that metal show were going to be at the Wilbur Theater up in Boston.
As in Eddie Trunk.
Eddie Trunk, Don Jameson, Jim Florentine.
Nice.
So they were going to be at the Wilbur Theater over on Tremont Street in Boston. Excellent. Fucking yeah. I don't care. It's a nice place. I'll
it is actually. I dig it.
Yeah.
Saw Red State there, which was pimp.
That's right. We saw Red State there, and we saw Gabriel Iglesias there.
Yes, we did.
Indeed. So, actually, wait. We saw Jay and Silent Bob Get Old there as well, right?
I don't know if I went to that.
I think we did. It was you, me, and Liz.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. They got cool shit going on there. So go to thewilbur.com for more information. Anyways, so the event was supposed to be like early June, I think, and then next thing I know, I get an email. It gets pushed back to August 2nd. Whatever the reason was, I have no idea, nor did I ask. But I was a little pissed off though, because when I bought the tickets, they were like, "Oh, we also have VIP tickets for X amount of dollars." I was like, "Son of a bitch, I could buy those." Because it was going to be me and my friend Alicia from the station where I work. It was like we're both huge fans of the show, so I asked her. I was like, "Do you want to go to this thing?" She's like, "Fuck yeah!" So I go. It doesn't look like they have any VIP tickets on sale. Like, I'm looking everywhere for the VIP tickets, and I can't find any. I'm like, well, fuck. All right. Well, I guess they're sold out. All right.
What does VIP get you?
VIP gets you, like, you're, like, in close proximity to the stage, and you get to go backstage and meet the guys, get pictures, autographs, all that kind of shit.
That's cool.
It's pretty cool. So, so I buy the regular tickets. And then, like, a week later, I see, oh, we have VIP tickets for sale, herper-derper-der. And there's a couple of spots that say VIP ticket. I'm like, you son of a bitch. So, I know I'm not, like, getting directly to the story here, but I mean, it's kind of funny in a way. But, so I emailed the club. I'm just like, hey, look, I saw these tickets went on sale, like, a week after I had bought them, the VIP ones. Is there any chance I can get VIP status? I'll pay the difference, no fucking problem. They weren't on sale when I bought them. And I got no answer.
That sucks.
It does suck, but, I was like, all right, whatever. At least I'm going. It could always be worse.
Could always be worse, and then it gets fucking canceled.
Yeah, could be raining.
It did.
No, actually it didn't. Weather held out pretty nice.
No.
So, and if it did rain, I was inside, so, I didn't give a shit.
It doesn't matter.
Exactly. So, so I meet Alicia over at the station and whatnot, and, we're driving over there, and she's like, do you think we'll get street parking? I was like, yeah, in Boston? I don't think so. So, we're driving around, and we see a spot, like, right in front of the theater. I'm like, holy shit, that'd be fucking great. She's like, I don't see any...
There's a tow truck around the corner with money in his eyes.
So, well, no, because they can't tow you if you're still in the car. So we park in the spot. And I'm like, just make sure, there's no sign saying that we can't park here. So, before she gets out, she looks over at the side, and there's Gary Cherone across the street. For Gary Cherone. For those that don't know, Gary Cherone's the lead singer of the band Extreme, More Than Words. He was also the lead singer for Van Halen for about 3 years.
Nice.
So he's right across the street. She's a huge, huge fan of his. So she basically, like, she's about to open the door, and she goes,
She
"Oh
has
my
a-
god, that's Gary Sharon!" I'm like, holy fuck. He's like, she scared the shit out of me. I'm like, what the fuck?
What just happened?
I'm like, what the fuck was that about? She goes, that's Gary Sharon right across the street. Oh my god, I want to go meet him. I was like, then go. I was like, go ahead, just, go say hi to him. She's like, I don't know what to say. You got to come with me because I don't want to be a blabbering idiot. And I was just like, parking. Look, I'll drop you off here. I'll meet you around as soon as I find parking. I have no problem with that. So she's like, no, oh my god. Dude starts walking away and whatnot. She's like, let's just find parking. I was like, oh fuck. I was like, you know what? I have no sympathy for you anymore, because she kept like kicking herself. She's like, oh, I should have gone out there and said hi, and I'm a big fan. And
It was really him. It wasn't like just someone that looked like.
no, it was really him. Yeah,
really him.
it really was him. Yeah. So, so we go around and we actually find street parking. I'm like, oh shit, this is fucking cool. It was like around the block from the actual venue. So, so we're walking around and whatnot, just trying to kill some time before we go inside and what have you. And she's still like, oh my god, I should have gone over. I should have said hi. I did, but I wouldn't know what to say. I was like, I have no sympathy for you. That was like a once in a lifetime shot. I did pretty much everything except boot your ass out of the fucking car and make a scene so like Gary Sharon would come over to make sure you're okay.
Maybe you should have booted her ass out of the car.
I would have, but I like her. She's a good friend. So
I mean, nicely, just like, see you, bye. Thunk.
what? Just like kick her in the ass, like I'm sorry.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Wouldn't work. So I went through my whole like, I have no sympathy for you. That was like a once in a lifetime shot. You had your chance. It was right there for you to take it, and you didn't do it. So I don't have sympathy for that. Wham! Slams me right in the arm with the fist. I'm like, what the fuck?
See, she hit you. You totally could have fucking taken her out of the car, man. Just boom.
I probably should have. But here's the thing. I did everything. I was encouraging her. I was like, look, there he is. Just go say hi. It's, I'm sure he would welcome it. I'm sure he would, let you take a picture with him, or, here's a marker. Go get him sign your ticket. He's probably going to the show. Who knows? So we're walking around.
He's a guest on the show.
He was a guest on the show.
Well, there you go.
They came out. Eddie kind of opened it up. Don then came out, did some stand-up. Jim came out, did some stand-up. And then they came out, did like a Q&A for a little bit. And then they did Stump the Trunk, which is, pretty freaking cool.
Mm-hmm.
But they said, let's bring out our special guest here. And it was Gary Sharon. Gary fucking came out, did like sort of like a quasi interview with the guys for a little bit. And then they're like, all right, let's go Stump the Trunk. So, yeah, so my friend Alicia kind of gets up there. Actually, before I get to that, man, here's how dumb people are.
Uh-oh.
Some of you are like, oh, God, what did I do?
Exactly.
You did nothing this time.
What did you hear about?
So, when Eddie comes on stage, he's like, one of the biggest misconceptions of, that metal show is we have little to no control over the guests. It has to depend on, do they want to, come on TV? Are they available? Will VH1, approve it? Because, all the guests have to get approved by VH1 because it's their channel. It's, it's their call. It's their call. Mm-hmm. So, a couple of people were just like, when's this guy gonna come back on? He's like, that's the question that I get all the fucking time. He's like, we've had, some guests we've had on multiple times. Like, one guest, he's like, one guy was like, dude, when's Dave Mustaine gonna be on again? Megadeth is awesome. Right off the bat, dude, Dave Mustaine's a fucking asshole.
Yeah, he is. Well, kinda.
He's like, if what's his name? If Ted Nugent was like a fucking Bible thumper, he would.
He isn't.
Yeah, maybe he is, but I've never heard him like talking like, something. That Bible is the greatest thing, and you know what? Obama drives me nuts.
He sounds awfully close to Jesse Ventura.
Well, something, he probably does. But me, you know what? I take no bullshit. So you know what? Fuck you, Bruce. So, anyways, and then there's one guy yelling in the back like, Eddie! Eddie! Like, this is going on for like 2 minutes because Eddie's trying to answer, another guy's question. And this guy's like waving his arms like, Eddie! Eddie! Finally, Jim Florentine's like, all right, let's go to the fucking asshole over there. So the guy, before he even gets on microphone, he's like, Gene Simmons! Raises his arms up like, what the fuck? And Jim's like, what about Gene Simmons? The guy raises his arms again like, what the fuck? Why isn't he on? I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. He's addressed this on his website, on Twitter, on fucking, right here at the show in front of you, and you're not listening.
Oh my god.
So he gets on the microphone, he's like, why isn't Gene Simmons on? I'm just like, oh my god. And apparently there was some study that recently came out, like the top 10 smartest cities in America or something like that, and 4 of them were Massachusetts, which I call bullshit on from that show.
Oh man. Seriously. There are some pretty dumb people in this state.
Holy shit, dude.
Holy shit.
Holy shit! It's fucking baffling, though.
It is, man.
It's fucking baffling.
Fucking bullshit!
Because, like I said, man, he addressed it earlier on in the show that said, look, they've got to want to come on, blah, 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 blah. And he even addressed, like, the guys in Kiss. He's like, one of the big requests we get is for, he's like, one of the things I hear all the time, like, Eddie, I've got a great idea. Have you ever thought about getting Eddie Van Halen on the show? And he's like, fucking no, I never thought of that. But he's like, it's
Do you think I'm trying?
Yeah, it's like, it's one of those things, like, they have to want to come on. They have to be available to come on. Right there, he's like, Eddie just, as far as I know, doesn't want to come on. We've asked for him multiple times, and he said no every time, and we've said, okay, not a problem.
At what point do you stop asking,
Exactly.
Do you want to be on? Do you want to be on? How about now? How about now? No? How about now?
Well, and you keep asking.
Kind of pain in the ass.
Well, it's kind of a pain in the ass, but you know what? There's always that chance that he may say, you know what? Yeah, let me come on.
I guess. I suppose it's possible. I mean, I guess it depends, like, where he's at in his career and whatnot, or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, if he's got something to promote, but then again, Eddie Van Halen can go on any fucking show that he wants.
That's true.
So, but anyways, like, I'm just shaking my head going, my god, this guy is fucking stupid. Holy shit.
I think that driving alone in this state is pretty indicative of our overall intelligence level.
Oh, yeah, dude, you ever... there was that meme that was on, I saw this on Facebook. I know it's still out on the internet. And it's like an aerial shot of New York City, and it says New York, because we want you to know where you're going. And it says, it's all the streets are lined up in a grid form and whatnot. And, it looks very organized and whatnot. Then it's a sky shot over the streets of Boston, and it just says Boston because fuck you. And it's like
exactly.
all the roads are like crisscrossed, and like you have no idea where the fuck you're going. It's like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
But we're better than New York. Fuck you. Fuck you. It's easy. It's easier to get around New York because, hey, it's grid. You know where you are.
But, that could speak to the simplicity of the people from that area, that they need the grid.
But then again, even if you're a visitor, you're just like, okay, let me pull out a map, see where we are. Oh, it's a nice grid. Hey!
Maybe we don't want the visitors to know where we are.
Like seriously, you ever look at the subway map, though, for Boston? It looks like a 3-year-old was trying to draw a dragon.
And it's especially bad when they, like, dig up, fucking stations like it was when we went to go see Paul Stanley.
Exactly, yeah.
It's like, where the fuck are we going?
Yeah.
Where are we now? Where's Paul Stanley?
He can fix
on fucking that metal show.
He can fix this.
Hey, guys. What seems to be the problem?
Dude, that was one of 2 things I was kind of kicking myself for not doing, like, not going up to the microphone and just being like, hey, Eddie, this is Paul Stanley.
You would have bought it?
No, because I would have been standing right in front of Eddie Trunk.
That's true. I didn't know if it would be, like, dark or something.
No.
I guess if you're at the mic, they'd see you.
Oh, yeah, because he was talking about one of the big misconceptions of rock and roll is that people take things, kind of seriously. He's like, good example, like Steel Panther. He's like, really? They're a goof. He's like, it's pretty much a stereotype of everything that was going on with 80s rock and whatnot, with, the sex, the drugs, and all that stuff. He's like, it's a goof, and, if you like it, hey, that's great for you. Me, I don't get it.
I've got to admit, I have no fucking clue who Steel Panther is.
They're pretty good, man. I'll give them credit. They are pretty good. Like, they're basically like an 80s hair metal version of, like, Weird Al. Except they don't, like, parody other people's songs. Like, they write their own. Right
on. And like, they're intentionally goofy? Like,
yeah.
They sing about, like, cheese or something? Or?
No, they don't sing about, like, cheese, but they sing about, I'm trying to think. One of them's, like, fucking a fat girl. There's another song.
He did a song about that.
I think so, yeah.
Fat bottom girls.
Well, yeah, but... I'm trying to think. Another one was, like, how... It was like about, dating a Japanese girl and how, her pussy smells like sushi and whatnot.
Oh my goodness.
I know, man. It's kind of funny. So, but yeah, one of the two things that I regret not doing was going up there doing the Paul Stanley impression, because I think, all right, if anything, they probably would have gotten a kick out of it or whatnot, and I probably would have pissed off some Kiss fans in the process, because there were a lot of them.
Oh, I can imagine.
Because he's like, did anybody... Wait, Kiss played around here last night, didn't they? And everybody's like, yeah! Well, it's like, I would have. Yeah, but I was told no. So, so anyways.
Other story.
Yeah, that's a whole other story, which I can't fucking talk about.
Yeah, perhaps not fit for air.
At least not until I leave the station. Then the podcasts might come out where it's like, oh, by the way, here's a little behind the scenes thing, and then just not a little peek behind the curtain, but let me tear down the fucking curtain so you see everything.
All of a sudden, all hell.
Yeah.
Andy unroots the devil within. Oh man.
Yeah. So the second thing I regretted doing was not going up there and doing a stump the trunk question, because I'm pretty sure I could have gotten him.
Yeah.
It's like you go up there, you ask him a question. If he gets it, hey, great job. You go sit down and whatnot. If he got it wrong, there was like a box of prizes. There was like CDs, DVDs. I think there was like a T-shirt in there or something like that.
So wait a minute. It's if he gets it wrong.
If he gets it wrong, you get a prize.
Right. Okay.
So my friend Alicia is like, "Oh my god, with Gary showing up on stage, I'm gonna ask him an extreme question." I'm like, "Go ahead, go for it." So she asked him the question, and I forget what it was off the top of my head. Anyways, but she stumped him with with Gary sitting right there, and Gary was kind of confused at first. Like, wait, okay, so, okay, I know what you're talking about. Okay. So that's
pretty obscure even for me. But yeah. Good job.
Well, it's like what song on Extreme's certain album didn't have. There was one song that wasn't recorded. Like, there was one song that didn't have Gary doing vocals. What was the name of the song? Something like that. So,
and Gary's like, I was passed out for that song.
Yeah, Gary's like, I have a vague idea for that. But yeah, so she stumped him and ended up getting a copy of the Rob Zombie concert DVD that came out a while ago, the Zombie Horror Picture Show.
Which, that's cool.
Which fucking great concert too, man.
Yeah?
Yeah. Like, dude, you've seen Zombie with me, man. That was fucking awesome.
I thought you meant that particular.
Well, that particular DVD Blu-ray is fucking awesome as well, but.
Oh, she got Blu-ray?
Oh no, she got the DVD.
Oh.
But I'm saying I got the Blu-ray, so.
Oh.
But yeah, like the question I was going to ask him was, after Kane Roberts' second solo disc and whatnot, left music for a bit and then came back with a band named after an item from a video game series. Either name the video game series or give me the name of the band.
Do you think you would have gotten it?
I don't think he would have, no.
What would the answer have been, or answers?
The answers would have been, the video game series is Final Fantasy, and the name of the band was Phoenix Down.
Well, there you have it, folks.
Yeah.
Now you too can try to stump the trunk.
Yeah.
Andy's question.
Yeah. Either that or Mark Wahlberg is trying to sing one of Kane Roberts' songs in the movie Rockstar. Which song was it?
Jesus, I don't know.
And it was the song Reckless. It didn't appear on the soundtrack or anything like that, but it was featured in the movie. I'm just like, damn, that's fucking awesome. Yeah. Remember, he's like, they're recording the new album and whatnot, like later on in the movie and whatnot, and he's like, life is a hunger burning way down deep in my soul. I'm on a roll. Yeah, that's a Kane Roberts song, and I didn't realize that until, and you know, I'd seen like, oh, Phoenix Down, okay, that's kind of cool and whatnot. I didn't realize that until after I had met Kane Roberts at Schiller, and I picked up a CD of his called Unsung Radio, which was a couple new songs, couple songs from Phoenix Down and whatnot. And I, put the CD in, and the lead-off track, I'm just like, this kind of sounds familiar. Next thing I know, he starts singing. I'm like, oh shit, I know that.
Does Kane sing, or does he have someone else sing?
No, Kane sings.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, he sings himself, man. He's pretty damn good too, man.
Is he the one that's singing on the fucking Marky Mark fucking shit, Rockstar?
No, I think it's
version, or that's Marky Mark or somebody.
I think it's either Marky Mark or somebody else, but
other douchebag.
I know, it's like, come on, man. Let Kane have its moments, damn it. Speaking of which, thank you for
hear him sing.
Yeah. Speaking of which, thank you everybody for downloading or listening to the interview that I did with Kane Roberts. That was fucking awesome, man.
I have to admit, I still have to listen to it.
Well, then go fucking listen to it. What are we podcasting for?
Okay,
go listen to it.
Just kidding.
All right, everybody, have a week.
Okay, got
but yeah, like, Bruce, you're still there, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you kind of I thought you really left. I was like, wait, oh shit, get back here!
All of a sudden, you see like off in the distance. I did go to take a shit.
Yeah, but
welcome to the STS Shitcast.
Oh man, yeah. Actually, it's another thing. I'm going to talk to you off the air about something, but
what, shit?
No, not taking a shit.
Shitting?
Well, maybe.
There was a former coworker of mine. I won't mention who his name or where it was, but he one time said that he didn't want to, quote, make dropsies in front of me.
Make dropsies?
Yes.
Was he fucking 5?
No, but he was kind of funny. He was like, hey man, I didn't want to make dropsies in front of you, so I waited. That was very kind of you.
One of the funniest analogies for taking a shit I ever heard was from a cartoon called 3 South. One of the characters was talking to another one. He's like, hey, here, hang on to this. I gotta go launch an ass rocket. And then he comes back and his friend's like, how'd the ass rocket go? He's like, not so good. It blew up on the launch pad. We lost a lot of good men. My O-ring is still burning. I was like, that's fucking genius.
Oh my god.
Yeah. But anyways, yeah, like the interview with Kane and whatnot, like we talk about, this, how he's releasing new...
Is it like a long interview, or?
It's like 45 minutes, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, like, Kane's one of those guys, like, you know what? I'll ask him a question. I'm not going to interrupt him. Just, here's the ball. I talk on the podcast for forever. So, you know what, man? This is your time as far as I'm concerned. I just ask you a question. Here's the ball. Take it.
Yeah.
So, and Kane can talk, man. Which, yeah, he's a good guy for doing that, man.
I remember the other interview that you did with him. That was awesome.
Yeah, it would have been better if the other half of it didn't get fucking cut off because the fucking computer fucked up. But anyways.
Well, we made up for it now.
We made up for it, yeah. But, but yeah, in this one we talk about how he's releasing new music. It's basically going to be like, I think he's going to be, if I remember right, he's going to be releasing videos through YouTube and whatnot, through Facebook. He'll put up the link on Twitter, which you can follow Kane on Twitter at Kane_Roberts. You can follow up on Facebook. Just search for Kane Roberts on Facebook. There's no problem there. Or you can just go to KaneRoberts.com.
Cheap plug.
Hey, you know what? For what the guy's done, man, fucking, it's well deserved.
That's true. He has given us a lot of his time, so that's very,
exactly
very well deserved.
Exactly.
He doesn't have to give us anything. He gives us a bunch of his
exactly.
time.
When I asked him for like a contact, like an email contact for an interview, he could have just said, "Nah, no thanks, I'm not interested."
Yeah.
Dude gave me his phone number. Like, how fucking awesome is that?
You know who you should talk to is Doug Jones, because don't you have like his contact information? I feel like he might be bummed that you haven't contacted him.
Well, no. Here's the thing. After, like, I think it was about a week after he gave me his contact info, I did contact him and I did speak with him. And I was like, you've probably heard this one before. You know, I've asked the guys, like, do they want to do an interview with you? And he's like, let me guess, they had no idea who I am. I was like, exactly. He's like, yeah, it happens a lot. So I tried contacting him about a year ago, and like I reminded him, I said, "Hey, I was at Boston Comic Con. You know, I asked you about an interview and whatnot. You gave me your card and your phone number, and what have you." I just said, would it be possible to get you for a podcast interview? And I got no response. So,
bummer.
Yeah, I know I'll probably try again, but
But you don't want to be that guy.
Yeah, I don't want to be I don't want to be a fucking nudge.
Yeah, I don't want to be the guy who's like, who you should get for your show?
Don't you dare. I'll drive
Simmons.
Dude, I will drive to your place.
Guy I ever met.
Dude, I will drive to your house right now and drop kick your fucking balls all the way through your ass.
And I will use Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3 on DVD to protect me.
Oh god, no.
Oh man.
You're just like, by the way, Andy, I got you something. Oh yeah, that's nice. What'd you get me, man? Here's a ticket to go see the new Ninja Turtles movie, the one with Michael Bay producing.
Oh my god.
Fucking hate you.
Okay, you know it's bad when like we're sitting watching TV, whatever, and all of a sudden an ad comes on, a teaser for the Turtles, or it's some commercial featuring the Turtles or whatever, and Liz next to me is like, they look awful.
And
like, yes, they do, honey.
And I don't imagine Liz is like a big Ninja Turtles fan.
Oh. No, but she like looked at them. She's like, "They look stupid." I was like, "Yes, they do."
Yeah, they do.
When I first saw them, I was like, "You've got to be kidding me!" What the fuck is that? I mean, I guess they look kind of like real turtles, kind of.
I mean, here's my thing. Like, as far as I can gather from the trailers and whatnot, they have fucked up. Like I read like their original script for it, where like the turtles came from like an alternate dimension on a planet full of like ninja warrior turtles and whatnot, and their parents get killed and whatnot, and then Splinter has to watch over them and train them and whatnot.
But all that was scrapped, right?
All that was scrapped, as far as I know.
As far as we know.
As far as we know.
As far as we hope and pray. Now that we were
when Michael Bay is involved, believe me, it's already a shitstorm. But from what I gather from the trailers and whatnot, it's actually Shredder that creates the fucking turtles, and that pisses me off because I'm just like, we know the origin story for one thing. Like, there's a new cartoon series that just started up like 2 years ago. They've done the intro. They've done that origin story. There was a movie in 2007. I think they tackled it then. If you're a fan of like the comic books or the TV shows or whatever have you, they've always done an origin story. Even if you don't know what it is, you can ask somebody like, dude, how were the Ninja Turtles created? Boom, there you go.
Maybe, I don't know. I'm sure a lot of people wouldn't know that actually.
Maybe, but
but that's interesting because to me it speaks to the point that maybe people are just reproducing at such an astounding rate that we need to reboot these series so much. Because people just don't remember, or they have the attention span of a moth.
Yeah. Like, there are some times when
turtles, yay! And you get to learn, you're like, oh, made by the Ooze in fucking sewer, and they grew up, and they made fucking, shut off the fucking building, yay. Alright, and 2 years later, who the fuck are the turtles? And it's like, alright, oh yeah, right, Ooze, fucking Shredder, off the building, right.
Yeah. But, I can understand in some aspect. Like, when they created the new Man of Steel movie, I was like, alright, you know what, it's been a while since there's been a good Superman movie. There's a new generation that thankfully missed fucking Superman Returns. So I'm like, all right, you know what? If they can like hint to it like flashback form, like I'd be in favor of that. Because like even if you're like a little kid and you're into comic books, like chances are you've heard of Superman, you've heard of Batman, you know their origin stories. Like when like Batman Begins. Fully got that, man. Mm-hmm. I was like, all right, you know what? Origin story, and he went more in depth with it. than any of the other movies had before. And I was like, you know what, man? I dig this. It shows Batman, Bruce Wayne training and just him going, training under Ra's al Ghul and, the League of Shadows and what have you. Like, I was like, all right, I fucking get it. Smart move by Nolan. But, I mean, for them to, like...
went and bent a fucking shotgun.
Yeah.
In the next movie or whatever it was.
Yeah, which I'm like, yeah, good luck doing that in real life, you fuckhead.
He's just a guy, though, but he can bend a shotgun.
But he's fucking Batman. I hate how that's like the trump card for like any argument, like who could win Batman versus blah blah blah. Batman. Well, why? Because he's fucking Batman.
I had to say, I saw your little post about him flying around the Earth, whatever, to stop Bruce's parents from getting killed. That was pretty funny.
That was pretty funny. Yeah.
But that said, I was like, oh, come on, not that bullshit again. Superman fucking turns back time by way of flying. Come on.
Which, you know what, though, man? In all honesty, like, you really look at it,
Didn't he do that to, like, make Lois Lane not die or something?
Yeah, he did that to make Lois Lane not die, make the dam not fucking explode and what have you, drowning a town. But, dude, he did that in the comic books. And, they didn't, like, revamp Superman until, like, 86, I think.
Yeah, but it's still ridiculous. Time-traveling Superman.
Yeah, but that was the problem.
Why doesn't he just always do that, then?
But I mean, that was the...
Anytime there's a problem, why doesn't he just be like, hey, could you hold on just, like, 1 fucking second?
Yeah.
And just, like, fucking kill his mom or something.
Exactly, but,
it's Superman.
Exactly, but that was the problem with Superman, and, like, in his inception and, throughout, the 1970s was he could pretty much create a power, like, on the spot. Like, there was something he'd have to, like, go in and disguise, and he's like, all right, let me vibrate and mold my face, and boom, I'm a goblin.
You have to admit, both Batman and Superman suffer from that, because Superman just kind of, like, randomly obtained these powers, and Batman would just always have something in his utility belt for that situation.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I have the Bat dildo.
Like, hang on, give me 5 minutes, let me unveil this shield from my belt.
That I unfold.
By the way, I don't want to point this out or anything, but my feet are still exposed, so you can just probably shoot me in the ankle and I can't come after you.
Also, my head is not all that well protected, so a well-aimed shot could probably do me in. But...
Yeah, it probably.
I mean, I did shape this thing like a fucking bat because, I'm all cheesy and shit, but I guess I wasn't really thinking about using it as an actual shield.
Yeah, but I mean, with Superman, like, there was an actual explanation for it, and I'm like, you know what, man?
Except for him throwing the fucking S. Come on, they all had they pulled.
Yeah, okay, I'll grant you that one. But like as far as like his powers increasing, decreasing, whatever have you, and there's good explanation for it, which is Superman's powers are really dependent on the sun, right? We all know that he's basically like a solar battery, in a sense.
It's a very interesting way to look at Superman.
Yes. So like the closer he is to sunlight and whatnot, his powers get stronger. In case in point, there was a comic book. He spent 15 minutes inside of the sun. When he came out, he was strong enough to drag the Earth around.
Yeesh.
Like little effort at all. There was another comic. It was All-Star Superman. He gets hit with his solar flares and whatnot, and in the next panel it shows him lifting like 200 quintillion tons, which I don't have to tell you is a shitload. And the guy even says, like, you're lifting 200 quintillion tons. That's 4 times your record.
Jeez.
And if he gets exposed to blue sunlight, his powers get increased even more. So...
Where the fuck is there blue sunlight?
I don't know. Like, well, no, there's like...
the comics, I mean.
Yeah. Well, no, there are blue suns in the solar system.
I'm sure there are.
There are.
Well, yeah, I know. I'm saying I'm sure there are. I just don't know where they are.
Yeah.
I'm not denying it.
Well, you sounded like you were. like blue.
Oh, yeah, sure. Fucking blue sun.
Blue sun, I call bullshit.
Blowing out your blue sun asshole.
Where's Gene Simmons? But yeah, that was like, so that's like the explanation for it. So I'm just like, you know what, man? Fully buy that. Batman on the other hand, no.
But what's interesting is they both had the same solution to try to like revamp the series: kill him.
Well, to be fair, they didn't even
Batman
kill either.
back,
They
right?
didn't kill either one of them.
That's true. Ultimately, they didn't, but that's the comics for you. No one ever really dies.
Yeah, they were like, oh, it's going to be the death of Batman. And it's like, oh, Bane breaks his back, and then he gets healed by some fucking magic doctor. It's just like, let me put my hands on you. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, you're all better. It's like, Jesus Christ, man. And meanwhile, there's somebody else running around as fucking Batman who's fucking crazy, like a Bible thumper and all that shit. I'm just like, really? Fucking come on, guys. We do a little better. And then Superman goes into the healing coma, and I'm like, all right, that's kind of bullshit.
Yeah, it was they both had their share of bullshit lines.
Yeah,
for sure.
I'm just like, you know what, man? If you say you're gonna kill somebody off, you kill them off.
It's interesting though that like they feud with each other and not with like the Marvel lead.
Well,
leads.
they kind of did in a sense.
A little bit, but I mean, as far
bit.
as like fandom goes, no fan is really like Spider-Man's better than Superman and Batman combined.
Well, I know there was a.
Yes, I am. To a degree.
Well, if you go on screwattack.com, they have you go to the tab that says shows go down to death battle. They actually did one that was Batman versus Spider-Man.
And Spider-Man lost.
No, Spider-Man won.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Spider-Man beat his ass.
Right on.
So, like, you know what? Basically, like, there's two things here. Number one, they have no knowledge of each other because it's not canon. They have no knowledge of each other. Batman's in Gotham, a made-up place. Spider-Man's in New York. Pardon me. And they said, you know what? If prep time is given to Batman, you got to give it to Spider-Man as well. And Spider-Man has taken down foes pretty much similar to Batman with proper training and whatnot and proper planning.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I mean, the main thing is when it comes down to it is that Batman has no superpowers.
Right, but Batman is incredibly, like, he is, like, in peak condition, like, physically, mentally, as far as a human being can be. Spider-Man, on the other hand, has his Spider Sense, which eliminates Batman's element of surprise, which is his biggest fucking weapon.
Yeah. But I don't know. For me, it kind of comes down to, like, that Ron White joke where he's like, that guy who was jogging, it's in the middle of a hurricane. He's like, let me tell you something. It's not that the wind is blowing. It's what the wind is blowing. If you get hit by a Volvo, it doesn't really matter how many push-ups you did that day.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Batman could be at his peak physical condition, but if someone comes along with friggin' laser eyes or fucking, spider webs and shit, like, he's going to be pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
Ultimately. I mean, he'll put up a good fight, maybe, but superpowers versus no superpowers are going to win.
Right, and here's my thing. Like, the whole Frank Miller fucking started this bullshit. So fuck him. Fuck him and fuck Kick-Ass, as long as I'm on it. 'Cause I watched that movie, and that was fucking bullshit.
Yeah, it wasn't that good.
No, it sucked. From what I hear, the sequel's even more horrible.
Never saw it.
Never wanted to. But no, Frank Miller did Dark Knight Returns, which... huge fucking comic book, and all the Batman fans clamor over it because it's like, oh my god, we got Batman versus Superman, and Batman beats him. I'm just like, okay, how? So I watched the movie because finding a comic book like that nowadays is fucking impossible unless you got a shit ton of money.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm watching the movie and whatnot, and you can tell like Superman's holding back. Like Batman's even said in the comic books, like, look, if Clark fucking went full on out and just fucking fought me, he's like, I'd be a dead man. But A, Superman was holding back. B, like, you can even tell he was holding back. B, Batman, he was an older version of himself. It's like the guy can barely put up a fight, but he's still going toe to toe with Superman. I'm just like, this is already bullshit. And then number 3, fucking Batman couldn't even do it on his own. He had to have like fucking Green Lantern, who's got one arm, mind you, come out of fucking left field and hit Superman with a kryptonite arrow.
It's just like Terminator 2.
Pretty much.
He comes over that little gear and just, fires the grenade. And...
Yeah. Funny enough, that actually reminds me, dude. As I was talking about Kane Roberts earlier, Kane was telling me about some of the roles that he was, auditioning for. And he's like, I got 3 callbacks for the T-1000 in Terminator 2.
Wow.
I was like, oh shit, man, that would have been fucking great.
I don't know, man. I have to admit, I like it with what's his face there?
Robert Patrick.
Yeah, Robert Patrick, man.
I don't know, man. It would have been interesting to see, like, you know, Schwarzenegger versus Roberts, you know, in the sense of, like, you know, Roberts
Like
was
size.
like size-wise, yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
Like I
At the
would
same time, it was kind of interesting to see like this not huge guy be, you know, as powerful, if not more powerful than him, just by virtue of the fact of like what he's made out of. Like he's a better machine. He's newer. He's made to be better.
right. But in the sense, it's like, you know, okay, with that, you know, the Terminator, the T-1000 has to, you know, knows it can
Outwit, outlast, and outsurvive.
well, no, it can outmuscle regular human beings, no friggin' problem. You know, it can outthink them because fuck it, it's a computer in the brain, doesn't forget anything, learns new strategies and whatnot.
Have you seen this boy?
So, really, like, it's, you know, the Terminator gets overpowered, you know, can get overpowered by another Terminator or whatever have you. So, like, they have to spend an entire movie, like, figuring out, like, how do we destroy this thing? We have to overpower it. You know, hence, you know, shooting him with a couple grenade launchers and fucking, like, sending him into the vat of liquid metal.
Mm-hmm.
But I figure, like, if Kane Roberts were, like, the T-1000, then it's like, okay, we can't really overpower this guy because he's fucking massive. We can't really you know, we can try and outsmart him, but he's pretty fucking smart himself, so what do we do here? I just think it makes for a better challenge for the characters, you know?
I suppose. I just wonder if you would have the same acting metal that Robert Patrick does. Acting metal? Yeah.
Yeah.
God, whoa.
That's fucking awful, dude. Don't ever do that again, please.
Oh, I've come up with worse, trust me.
Oh, I've heard them.
What do horses do when the truck breaks down?
Nah.
They hoof it.
Fucking guy.
This fucking guy.
This fucking guy.
You're like, I hate you.
No, I'm just like, you know what? I can fire back awful jokes as well, so you know what, man?
I'm just as bad.
How did the Jewish man make his tea?
Oh.
He brews it. He brews it, Bruce.
I don't get it.
Fuck you.
I get it. I'm kidding.
Yeah, I hope you get it.
Of course I get
Jerk.
it.
Fucking jerk.
Actually, Jesus has nothing to do with it.
Oh.
Actually, Jesus had everything to do with it. I mean, he was Jewish.
Oh, yeah, that's true, yeah. And I'm sure he brewed his own tea as well.
I'm sure he did brew his own tea.
If he had tea at the time. Which
He brewed it.
I don't think so. Anyways. But yeah, like that little interesting. That was, you know, you can hear about that more with the interview with Kay Roberts, which, you know,
About Jesus brewing his own tea?
No, about him like trying out for the T-1000, and he has an interesting story involving him walking out of a some place with a whole bag full of porn. So
Is this a place that like sold porn, or
no?
did
Like it gave him.
it
Like
gave
a whole,
him...
yeah, because they wanted to do like some computer programming and whatnot. And Kane was, you know, at the time doing some video game programming. They wanted to like do something with him, and they said, well, you know, here's something, you know, you can use for research and whatnot. And dude walks out of there with a bag full of fucking porn. He's like, I get this whole bag full of porn, and I'm walking by porn stars, like, just give me that look, like, oh, you're a fan, huh? I'm just like, yeah, I guess. I was like, you didn't get tennis elbow, did you? He's like, well, eventually. But yeah, Kane Roberts, good guy. Go listen to the interview, man.
I will, absolutely.
You know, if you got 45 minutes to spare, or if you know, you want to do it even better, fucking download it right onto your phone. Just play it in your car on your commute to work.
Damn, Skip.
There we
What
go.
if I bike to work?
Problem solved. Nooch.
What if I start biking to work?
Well, you can plug in headphones, right?
Well, that's
Yeah.
kind of unsafe, but yeah, I guess I could.
Well, yeah, I mean, you can plug in, like... Yeah, but I mean, as long as you're staying, like, you know, in the biking lane and what have you, right? And you got, you know, you can have one earbud in, right?
Well, I guess, but there's not a biking lane throughout the whole way. Anyway, we're getting far too into this.
Yeah,
I
really?
mean,
What the hell, Bruce? It's all your fault.
It really is. Kind of everything is my fault, isn't it?
It really is.
You baby gorilla. Why don't you work a zoo and stop bothering people?
Because I'd probably fuck up at the zoo, too.
Yeah. Actually, speaking of Rickles, man, I got to tell you, I saw this post on Facebook from Gabriel Iglesias.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen the Fluffy movie yet?
No, I didn't even know it was out, dude. I saw your post about it, and I was like, what movie?
Yeah, dude, it's out. It's fucking hysterical.
Is it, like, animated, or?
No. It's him doing stand-up and whatnot.
Oh, it's just another stand-up thing.
Yeah, there's like a little, like, kind of like fluffy origin story, if you will, before the whole stand-up thing, but...
That's cool.
Like, Ron White's in it, Tommy Chong is in it, a couple other people are in it, but regardless, A, it was funny as hell. B, he put this picture up on Facebook. It's him and Don Rickles. And he's like, I just asked this legendary comedian if he saw my movie, and he said, I already saw Tammy. I was like, fucking Rickles, man.
Oh, man. Oh, Rickles. How can you not love Rickles?
You gotta, man. Fucking Rickles is awesome.
You dummy.
I think he's like the only person that could like legitimately like make fun of you and like rip you a new asshole, and you're just like, he's so fucking great.
Seriously. He can insult me anytime he wants.
Like, you're awesome. Can I get you a beer?
You baby gorilla. How about 2?
How about this? My buddy works at a brewery. Let's just bring it inside. You can grab whatever you want. I don't give a shit.
Oh man.
Yeah. Baby gorilla. That's gonna be the funniest insult I've ever heard.
Seriously, it's up there.
Like, you know, it's one thing to call somebody like a fuck ass or, you know, a ball bag or whatnot, but somebody calls you a baby gorilla, like, that's fucking hysterical.
Yeah.
Oh man, did you watch the like during the credits for Dirty Work though?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you see, like, for those that don't know, watch the footage of the credits like after Dirty Work, and it's fucking Rickles just going off on Norm Macdonald, screwing up his lines and whatnot. And like the story is, Don kept insulting Norm as Norm, and Bob Saget, who directed, is like, Norm, no, man, you got to insult him as the character in this movie. Don't insult Norm as Norm. And like one of the things was like Rickles would go up to him, he's like, how did you get a movie? Another one, he's just like, who the hell wrote this script? This is awful.
Oh man.
It was great. It was like, I remember Artie Lang was talking about it on the air one time, and he's talking about the scene where he's being insulted by Rickles. He had to do like 20 takes of it because every time Rickles would start up, they would just start fucking pissing their pants like, So eventually Artie's like, okay, so I got it enough. I stand there, I get the insults from Rickles and whatnot. And he's like, then he goes off on Norm and the whole process starts again. He's like, and he didn't end, you know, with insulting Norm. He would go, you know, there was like some some Indian kid in line. He's just like, what the hell are you even doing here? Who the hell are you? And just like, and started insulting him, and then went down the line and started insulting the next person, insulting the next person. I was just like, that's fucking great. Why isn't that on the fucking DVD?
No kidding. You should have just put that in there.
Exactly.
Fucking Saget.
Yeah, well. Well. Oh man. Anything else cool, man?
Anything else cool?
What else you got?
Not much, man. Not a whole lot going on.
Yeah.
Oh. I had a pretty delayed reaction on the bike, actually, though, which is kind of funny because it reminded me of that Kevin Smith thing when he's like, "You're the asshole."
What?
Remember that story where he's like, him and Muse are like walking down the street and some guys are like, "Hey, asshole," and like they keep talking, and then it's like a few like minutes later, and Kevin's like, "You're the asshole." Something like that kind of happened to me. I'm like riding down the street, all of a sudden this truck like beeps at me like, "Meow, meow, meow, meow." I'm just like riding along. I'm just like, "Hey."
I went, hey.
Yeah, like the Sir Lancelot, like, "Hey." That wasn't nice.
Yeah. Actually, shit. You know what I just realized? I didn't finish the story from that metal show. Fuck.
Oh, you didn't?
No, I'm fucking horrible at this.
You baby gorilla.
No, so show's over, and Alicia and I, we go outside and whatnot. Sorry to take that drastic like left turn. Like, by the way, let's finish this. So we go outside the theater and whatnot, and we're just kind of shooting the shit for a little bit. And we're just trying to figure out, like, okay, well, what do we do now? Do we want to leave? Do we want to just hang out here? Want to grab a drink? Do we want to grab dinner? What do we want to do here? So we're trying to figure it out. All of a sudden, I see her like kind of like looking past me. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? She's like, that's Gary Sharon. I'm like, fucking what?
You're like, not again.
I was like, fuck, here we go again, man. But yeah, they were just Gary Sharon, just like walking out of the theater and whatnot, just kind of, just walking down the street and whatnot. I was like, you want to go meet him? She's like, oh my god, let's do it. She's like, you're with me now. Like, now I don't sound like a babbling idiot. I was like, let's just wait.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves here.
So she goes up, she's like, Gary, I just wanted to say, I'm a huge fan of yours. And he remembered, like, oh yeah, you were the one who asked the extreme question in there. Very, very cool. She's like, oh my god, I'm such a fan. I was so nervous about, meeting you. Like, I saw you earlier, and she's like, I'm sorry, I'm kind of babbling right now. I just look over at Gary. He just kind of looks at me. I was just like, dude, she's been like this like pretty much all day. So he kind of starts chuckling and whatnot. And so she's like, can I get a picture with you? And Gary's like, yeah, come on in here. Gives her a big hug and whatnot. I take the picture and whatnot. And so he's talking to another fan and whatnot. And I'm just like, man, I'll get a picture with this. Because how many times can I say, what? I got my picture taken with the lead singer, or former lead singer of Van Halen.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool. Not only that, man, fucking Extreme's pretty damn good, too. Yeah. Yeah, pretty good. Anyways. Anyways. So he's done talking to the fan. I was like, Gary, is it okay if I get a picture with you? He's like, absolutely, man, absolutely. So he pulls me and kind of gives me a hug a little bit, too, like throws his arm over his shoulder and whatnot, get a picture with him. And one of his friends was like, hey, do you guys want to get in a picture together? Like, meaning me and my friend Alicia. I was like, that'd be kind of cool. Yeah, why not, man? So they're like, all right, do you want
Gary Sharon sandwich?
So like I pulled out my phone, and the thing about my phone was I had a Galaxy Nexus. The screen busted, and long story short, it was either going to cost me $150 and like 7 days to get it fixed, which is fucking bullshit. Or it would cost me, I think it was like $90 to get a replacement because of my insurance with Verizon. Cool. So I'm just like, all right, well, fuck. So I ended up getting my dad's old phone, which is a Droid Razr. And my mom says, hey, do you want a case for it? I said, yeah, that'd be kind of cool. Yeah, like, just in case this thing fucking drops again. So she gives me her phone case. It's black, like a black rubber thing that goes around the phone, and then the hard plastic that's on it is like bubblegum pink. So
nuts.
So I pull out my phone. The guy that's about to take the picture, he's like, wait a minute, pink phone, pink shirt? I was like, takes big balls to wear pink, sir.
You were wearing a pink shirt?
Yeah, I ordered a Dolph Ziggler shirt
nice.
4th of July because it was like $17 or something like that. So like with shipping, it was like $20.
Oh, right on.
I'm just like, you know what, man? Fucking right on, man.
That's funny.
And what I learned from that shirt is I look damn good wearing pink. No joke.
You could have been the pink and black attack.
Exactly. Dude, I had black jeans on.
See, there you go. Pink and black attack.
There we go. There we
It's
go.
all good.
There we go. Not only that, but if I ever got spotted with, by Ziggler wearing that shirt, he would have been happy because he's like, you know what? I get a little bit of money from that. And you're a fan.
Get money because they sure as hell don't put me on the fucking card.
Yeah, they have me fighting with the Miz right now, which is great.
Yeah, go back to the fucking real world, asshole.
Yeah. I don't know. Miz just does nothing for me.
Ditto.
Anyways.
I kind of hate him, actually.
Yeah.
Just completely irrationally, but I hate him.
Yeah. But anyway, so, we finished meeting Gary and whatnot. Alicia's still on fucking Cloud 9, so I'm just like, all right, you know what? You want to just go to, there's this place like across the street called Rock Bottom.
If you smell. Sorry.
Exactly. Yeah, funny enough.
The Rock was there. No.
No. But so we end up going there. We're just like, let's grab some drinks or just grab something to eat real quick. Because I was just like, my game plan was after the show, probably drop you off, go grab something at like the McDonald's down the street from the station, and then fucking just go home. But we end up going there, and I walk through the door. All of a sudden, I just hear Slipknot. I'm just like,
no.
I'm just like, fuck me. But it was cool, man. It turned out to be one of the guys that I work with over at the station. This guy John Laurenti, who's been in the radio game for quite a while, and he and I built up kind of like a friendship in a sense. He's a fan of Kiss. I'm a fan of Kiss. We both love classic rock, and we both like shooting the shit with each other. So we end up staying there until about 1:30 in the morning. Like by the time we got there, they were doing like last call on food and whatnot. So we order food, we get some drinks and whatnot, and we're just shooting the shit with him, back and forth with him and his friend. They were at the show too. They were like on like the other side of the stage, like from where we were. So we're talking about the show. We're like, yeah. He's like, dude, Gary Sharon's here. I was like, we ran into him outside. So he's like, I know. How cool is that though? I was like,
oh, no.
I was like, yeah, it's pretty cool, man. It's pretty cool. So
you stalked Gary Sharon for a night.
We didn't. No, to be fair, we did not stalk him.
It was incidental.
Yeah, and to be fair, that
up.
first time I was encouraging Alicia, like, just do whatever it takes. Go. Your opportunity is right there across the street. Like, don't worry about parking. I will find parking. You go meet him. You're a huge fan of Gary Sharon, right? Yeah, there he is.
My Sharona. Sorry.
Yeah. But I was like, this may only come once in a lifetime. You may never get this shot again.
Or 3 times in a night.
Yeah, but so we ended up shooting this shit with him. I ended up getting Alicia back to the station where we'd met at about 1:15ish, something like that. So we get back. We get back to the station, drop her off. I started driving away and whatnot, and I ended up getting back at the house at about 3 o'clock in the morning.
Oh,
I know, fucking rough.
Jeez.
But it was one of those things. Like I see the bed collapse on it. Next thing I know, I wake up. I'm just like, oh man, I feel pretty good, man. I must have slept for a long time. Like the sun's bright, it's shining and whatnot. I look at the clock, 8:30. Like, you're fucking kidding me. I was like, God fucking damn it,
man.
And I was like, and I had to go to work later that day, so I was like, Jesus, fuck me double, man.
That sucks.
It does suck, but oh well. What are you gonna do?
Life sucks. Get a helmet.
Exactly. Actually, there is something I need to talk to you about, man.
Uh-oh.
No, nothing you did. Nothing bad, at least.
Oh, good. You haven't found it yet, then.
Oh, no, I found him. I found him, and I got the reward money. Yeah. You didn't want that one getting out, did you? You're in trouble. Anyways, yeah. Nick has been asking me. He's like, dude, when's Bruce gonna come back down for wiffle ball?
Really? I didn't even know it was. Actually, I guess I kind of did know it was back on.
Yeah, it is back on. Like he came back from Maine about a month ago, like permanently. So wiffle ball's been back in season and whatnot. So
nice. Well, I'm gonna be going to Maine starting on the 27th of this month.
That's all good, man.
So, how long is this wiffle ball thing gonna be going till?
Dude, he's planning on making it go until like November. I'm just like, dude, that's come on.
Why not, man? They play baseball till October.
Yeah, till October, not fucking November.
I guess November is kind of late. I guess it depends on the weather, though.
Yeah, it really like. This is the way I think of it. Like, the more we get into fall, like the worse the wind is gonna be and whatnot, and it's just gonna make for shitty fucking games.
That's true.
So I'm just like, there should be like definite cutoff, like mid to late September. Like, all right, I'm with you there. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, either way, I definitely need to make it down for another game because that was awesome. And now that I'm a little more, athletic and prepared, I won't feel dead the next day afterwards.
Yeah, probably. But I know Nick's got to get the fucking website back up.
It was down?
Well, he hasn't renewed it because he's like, well, I've been out of a job, so. I was like, all right, man, fair enough.
Living the homesteading life.
Pretty much. Like, well, the thing was, he worked at the Newport Creamery for a while. And then he left that because he was going up to Maine. And he came back. Like, my buddy Chris tried hooking him up with a job at CVS, like doing something. I forget what the hell it was. Couldn't find the proper paperwork and whatnot. So he's coming back to the creamery. Yeah.
After all that.
After all that.
Wow.
Yeah,
that sucks.
He's not happy about it.
I can imagine. Well, Nick, to answer your question, I will be back. I don't think Tenda has seen the last of me. Hopefully, I have not seen the last of Tenda. So let's make that happen.
Yeah, I'm looking at like the career batting stats right now, and let's see. I know you're on here like somewhere,
which is sad because I have one appearance.
Yeah, you have one game, but you know what, man? It's all good. You know, Bruce Gates. Okay, let's see. 1 game, 9 at bats, 3 hits. What's another category here? Oh, 3 runs, 3 hits. Fuck, I lost you here. Oh, there you are. Let's see. That's it's like 1 double, 3 RBIs or something like that, and a strikeout, something like that. But apparently, I played my 100th game recently.
I know, I saw that. Congrats.
I've been on a slump lately, dude. Don't congratulate me too much.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Well, good. Maybe I can come back and, make you look worse.
Or you can make me look better. You could be like the Zack Ryder of Tender League.
That's true. I could be.
Yeah, let's see. Okay, so I'm in the shit. Figure by the end of maybe this week's game, I'll have over 900 at bats, which would be fucking crazy.
That is crazy.
It's like as it stands right now. So let's see, 100 games, 866 at bats, 187 runs, 370 hits, 77 doubles, 3 triples, 27 home runs, 226 RBIs, 61 strikeouts, 427 average, and I'm a Wall of Famer. So, woohoo!
What's Wall of Famer mean?
Basically, it's basically like somebody that's done so outstanding. They're just like they're going to retire your number for the Tenda League, which is, like I've said, I don't know how many times. It's me and a bunch of other knuckleheads that fucking just play wiffle ball. Like, legitimate league, no. But you know what? It's fun for us.
Yeah, that's all that matters.
Exactly.
I actually told the CEO of the company that I work for about that time that I went and played wiffle ball, and he thought it was really funny, and he actually sent me a link about the science of a wiffle ball pitch. I should send it to you. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
But he got a hoot out of it. He's like, haha, grown men playing wiffle ball, basically.
Yeah, but it's fun for us.
And I was like, it's fun.
Yeah.
Clean.
Who are you to judge?
Don't judge me.
Yeah. You know the funny thing is, though, I'm looking at this right now. So Nick's got his career stats up like as well. He's got 190 games played, 1,647 at bats, 429 runs, 832 hits, 196 doubles, 18 triples, 19 home runs, 265 RBIs, 226 strikeouts, and a 505 average. So in almost 200 games, he's got 265 RBIs. In 100 games, I've got 226.
Wow.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, dude. I'm closing in on him for that one.
Holy hell.
Yeah.
You're just like, boom.
No, that'd be kind of funny. Like if I actually like overtake him in less games. But let's see. 39 RBIs I'm behind him career-wise.
You can do it.
Hopefully, if I can get out of this fucking slump, man. And like one of the rules that he actually changed, like he had a rule at the beginning of the season, which was, if somebody catches a fly ball and like they're still running, like they run out of bounds in like home run territory, it's a home run. It's like you got to be able to like stop, like, catch yourself, have your feet in bounds, like basically like catching a touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
If you catch it and you stumble out, that's a home run.
Right.
So he ended up getting rid of that rule. I was just like, fucking why, dude? You're just going to let people like, I got it. Like a ball that could easily be a home run, they're just gonna catch it and keep running. It's like, come on, man, you gotta.
Yeah, that's kind of cheap.
That is kind of cheap. Like if they jump up like inbounds and fucking like deflect it back into the field, like all right, I'll give them that. But you know, there's got to be like some type of middle ground there.
Yeah.
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 It's like I'm like, there's got to be a rule for this. Come on, it's got to be a standard. And you're just like,
You're very bad. Well, you played 100 games, man. I played one, so you're 100 times more passionate than I am.
it's not really passion. I mean, I'll be honest, man. I'm thinking like this may be my last year doing it.
Really?
Yeah, at least as like a full-time player, because I'm just like, you know what, man, I gotta focus on this fucking radio thing.
As in this radio thing?
Well, this radio thing, or like
Or just your radio career?
or like just my real career in general.
Right on.
You know,
You gotta buy a station, sir.
I do, man. I'm telling you right now, if I won Powerball, I would turn.
That's what you do.
Yeah, that's what. No, that's not what I would do. What I would do is I would invest in, the stock market and whatnot, just to kind of keep the cash flow kind of coming in a little bit. But I would invest in like a Boston office, or like somewhere like near you. I'd get my own fucking place up there, and we would just have like a podcasting office, and we would just kind of run that as like a podcasting network.
That'd be awesome.
That'd be fucking great.
Yeah, we could even branch out and do other shit too, even.
Exactly. Like if you're like, dude, I want to do a music show. All right, go for it.
Or movies or something.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no good reason we couldn't.
No, there really isn't. Hire some people to do sales and whatnot. Make sure they get paid. Fucking,
Make sure they dress up as walruses.
that as well, if they choose to. Like Casual Friday, I'm all in favor of it.
Walrus Wednesday.
Yeah.
Be the most hated person on the planet.
Probably. But yeah, like just have them like go out, get commercials to for us to air with the podcast and whatnot, and it'd be fucking great.
It would be. I actually almost worked at a quote unquote record label in Beverly,
Yeah.
but it was kind of like sketchy. You kind of like spent the day online like getting acts and stuff like that, and it that's why I say quote unquote record label, because it felt like such a scam, and I don't know.
Yeah.
It left such a sour taste in my mouth when I left. I was like, man, that sucks. But yeah, it would be cool to start up like our own thing.
Yeah,
Because you can do whatever the fuck you want.
yeah. I would even call up like Kane Roberts and just be like, dude, you want your own podcast? You got it. Like you just grab a microphone, just talk extemporaneously. Like you want to, we can probably have people here to help produce for you.
Yeah.
Book gifts for you if you fucking want, or like a shit ton of people.
Oh, hey, I gotta ask you this real quick, because I know you probably want to wrap this up, but
Oh shit.
Gotta ask you one quick question. Did you hear about the potential female Ghostbusters flick?
Potential female? No, I did not hear about that.
Okay, rumor has it they want to make a new Ghostbusters flick, and that they want to make it an all-female Ghostbusters flick. What are your thoughts?
As far as my thoughts for it right now are, until it's like legitimate, like they're fucking doing it, I'm just gonna treat it as it's a fucking rumor.
Yeah.
It's like there's another rumor going around that they want to make an Expendables all-female cast.
Really?
Just call it the Expendables.
Expendables.
Yeah, and I'm just.
I mean, I'm cool with it. I don't care. It's just it's interesting to see that people feel it's necessary.
Yeah, but I kind of laughed at it because I was like, okay, who's it gonna be? It's Scarlett Johansson and who else?
Seriously.
Like there's not a lot of action movies with fucking with women. It's
Jennifer Lawrence. Maybe they could call up the chick who played Hermione. I don't know what she's doing these days.
Oh, she graduated.
Keira Knightley.
Yeah,
maybe.
Keira Knightley, maybe. And unless she's got another Pirates flick coming out, which they do in 2017. I think they said it'll be out.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god. With Johnny Depp and everything?
Yeah, with Johnny Depp and all that. Yeah.
Oh, I'll be right back. I gotta get my gun.
You know what, man? Johnny Depp earned some brownie points for me recently. It's like I went to
with Aerosmith.
Yeah. Did I tell you about that?
Cool.
Yeah. That was awesome, man.
It was awesome.
That was pretty cool. I was just like, oh shit.
train kept it rolling.
Yeah, because I was with my friend Wendy, and I was with you remember Liz at all?
Yeah.
Yeah, my buddy Jeff's daughter and whatnot. So Liz was kind of like a last minute addition. I was like, "Do you want to go see Aerosmith for free? Like, it's them with Slash and whatnot. It's pretty fucking cool. It's a free ticket. I just don't want it to go to waste." She's like, "Yeah, sure, why not?" So go pick her up and whatnot. Slash fucking rocked it, and he was fucking great. Miles Kennedy sounded fucking amazing, as usual. So it's getting later on in the concert and whatnot, and like Aerosmith like leaves the stage after their big finale and whatnot. They're about to come back for the encore and whatnot, and so everybody's like, "Oh, I'm just gonna go take a piss." And so I'm just coming back from taking a piss. I'm just waiting, I'm waiting, and they start playing again and whatnot, and they haven't come back yet. I'm just like, "Oh shit, they're missing the fucking encore." Like, so they come back and they start up with "Dream On" and what have you, and like Wendy was the first one to come back, just playing "Dream On" and whatnot. And all of a sudden, they just hear blah blah blah, Johnny Depp. They run to the fucking seats, and they're like, "What the hell is this? We go take a piss, and Johnny Depp's up on stage playing fucking guitar for him." I was like, "Yeah, how fucking cool is that, huh?" So, before the concert, Liz was just like, "Yeah, you know what? Yeah, Aerosmith's cool, but you know they're not really my favorite band, and you know I think they're okay. Like they play some good songs." I was just like, "Believe me, you're gonna know almost all their songs that they play tonight." So, you know, she freaks out. They start playing "Dream On." Johnny Depp comes out, does "Train Kept It Rolling." She was so fucking impressed. Like after the show, she's like, "I'm gonna go buy a shirt." I was like, "Fucking A, there we go. All right." She looks at me. She's like, "Are you gonna buy a shirt?" I was like, "They don't have my size."
She's like, "Oh."
I was like, "Do you have a size extra fat?"
She's like, "Perhaps a keychain?"
I was just like, "Nah, I'm okay."
Yeah.
Because one of the things I did,
yes.
Well, one of the things I did was, you know, as a way of saying thanks. I said, "You know what? You want to grab a drink? First drink is on me." So I grabbed Wendy this like strawberry Rita Bud Light thing that she wanted. I was like, "All right, here you go, fuck it." So that was like $8 or something like that at the Xfinity Center. And then we're walking around, and Liz was like, "Yeah, I just want to see what they got, and, you know, something catches me, I'll grab it." I'm like, "All right, fair enough." So she ends up getting this plastic cup in the shape of a guitar filled with alternating like regular flavored margarita and strawberry margarita. And that was like $14 or something like that. So I was just like, "Nah, I'm good with like a keychain or like a bandana or anything like that." So I do gotta tell you this though, man, and then we'll wrap this up. It's probably going on. Let's see, how long we've been doing this for? Yeah, about almost an hour and a half. I was like, I know you're tired.
Yeah, I gotta take a shower too.
Yeah.
And wrap up some brewing shit.
There we go. So when I go to take a piss at the Aerosmith concert, you know, I have to wait in this long fucking line and whatnot. I'm just like, all right, that's fine. Everybody's got to take a piss right now. I get in there. There's only one urinal that's available. I didn't know there were more, and like there was like a back area that had more urinals and whatnot, and I didn't know about it. So I go up to the urinal. I just start taking a piss and whatnot, and you know, I'm noticing it's all right. It's got a good amount of water in there. Whatever. Fuck it. It's fine. Flush the toilet. Water comes down, cascades into that water that's got my piss in it, and splashes me right on the fucking pants.
Oh!
I was like, fuck, come on, man.
Oh.
Come on.
That sucks.
It does, man. And then there I am, you know, trying to fucking, like, get paper towels and dry it off and whatnot. I'm like, well, how the fuck am I going to explain this one?
Oh, jeez. So that's what you did? You just paper toweled it? Did they have, like, the air blower thing, at least?
No, because if you know, those things are, like, chest high on the wall. At least to me,
That's
they are.
true.
So what am I going to do? Just, like, turn it on, keep jumping in there, trying to pretend like I'm trying to fuck it?
Could you imagine someone walking in, seeing you essentially trying to fuck an air dryer thing?
Yeah. Or, like, just get one of those, like, Dyson, like, Airblade hand dryers. You know what I'm talking about?
I think so.
You dip your hands in, and it's like two blades of air just kind of like go over your hand, and they just kind of like blow the water and whatnot off your hands.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, just imagine me like taking my fucking pants off and like dipping them down in that thing and just trying to blow dry them that way.
Oh man.
Exactly. Like that would have been fucking embarrassing.
The only embarrassing like bathroom thing that happened to me at a concert is I had to go take a piss, so I went up onto the whatever and ended up going into the closest thing that looked like a bathroom to me. And I go in, and it turns out it was the ladies' room, and I was like, nah, fuck it. So I just
You did that too?
Yeah. Yeah, fuck it. There were no chicks around until, I started leaving, and then I kind of hustled it and got out of there and was like, oh, well, fuck it.
Yeah, man, that actually happened to me at Mohegan Sun. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I think you told me that.
Yeah, like for those who don't know, I'll tell the story real quick, and then we'll end this. Until we think of something else to talk about, then we'll end it after that. So yeah, fucking. I go to Mohegan Sun. I get like 2 beers in me, which all right, it's fucking nothing. But I'm pretty fucking tired at this point. Like I just went to a concert. Just went out to dinner with I think my brother, my ex-brother at the time. We were cool and whatnot. So I'm so friggin' exhausted. I'm like, all right, I gotta go to the fucking bathroom. So I go in, and there's a cleaning crew in there, and it's all women. I'm just like, oh, it's kind of weird, but whatever. Fucking, I'm just going to take a piss anyways. So close the door of the stall, and they're just knocking, and they're like, occupied? They're like, this is the women's room. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? They're like, no, didn't you see the sign? I was like, honestly, no.
Seriously, I don't know how either one of us missed the fact that there were no urinals.
I don't know, man, but here, I thought there was like a section, they have like a section of shitters, and then there's another section that has urinals and whatnot. So I'm just like, all right, well, I'm probably going to take a shit too, so. But yeah, like, so I go back out, I'm like, she's got to be fucking with me, man. So I go back out, I look for the sign, sure enough, yeah, it was the women's room. I was like, God fucking damn it.
Oh, man. You baby gorilla.
I know, I was like, what the fuck?
Oh, man. What are the odds that we'd both accidentally walk into the women's room during a concert?
Knowing us, I'd say fairly well.
That's okay, true. Touche, sir, touche.
Yeah. All right, let's end this bitch.
All right.
Put it to bed. So you got anything to plug, sir?
No, nothing at all.
Really?
Yeah. No. Oh, actually, yeah. On September 27th, I'm going to be doing a charity ride for the Lowell Humane Society. I've joined the team called the Fat Cat Riders. It's a, quote, 15-mile ride, but it's really only 10.6 miles through Lowell and Tingsboro.
Shit.
Yeah. So far, I've raised, I think, like 70 or 80 bucks.
What the goddamn to do?
I do. Sorry. Anyways, you were saying?
I was just saying, so far I've raised like 70 or 80 bucks, somewhere in that neighborhood.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, that's, fuck, dude, if I had a bike, I'd fucking join you. You know, if I lived in the area as well.
Well, yeah, that would help too.
Yeah. So don't forget, you can enjoy past episodes of STS Radio on Spreaker.com. There's iTunes. Leave us comments. Leave us ratings. If if we do well enough, who knows? Maybe iTunes may pay us for this.
Leave us porn for Kane Roberts.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It'll be funny. Just get a call from him like, dude, why the fuck are people sending me furry porn?
I don't know, man.
Like, I don't know, man. I swear I don't know. I just told the story. I mentioned the interview. People probably heard that and said, oh, he would like a squirrel fucking a raccoon. So, yeah, so you can listen to us on iTunes, on Spreaker.com. You can also check us out on YouTube. We're on, let's see, username The STS Radio. And let's see, what else? Oh, yeah, you can contact us by email if you want to. You can contact us at sts_radio@yahoo.com. You can contact us on Twitter at sts_radio. Or you can just, I don't know, do whatever. Piss your pants. Now, Bruce, is there a link that people can donate to your thing? 'Cause I didn't.
I don't have a quick link, but if I send you something, could you put it in the doobly-doo?
In the section like with all the writing on the page? Yeah, I could probably do that. Yeah.
Because I don't know, like off the top of my head, it's like the Greater Lowell Foundation of something or other. I'm sure if you just look up Fat Cat Riders, PHAT Cat Riders, I'm sure it would come up.
All right, so you can check that out, and
yeah,
be
you
sure
can find my name on the page and whatever.
And be sure to donate to Bruce's team and whatnot. And it's like I think it's like the more you donate to Bruce, the more he's gonna ride. And as far as I'm concerned, I want us to donate enough money that he rides from Florida to Maine.
Florida to Maine,
yes.
Good God.
Yes.
And no, it's not really that kind of thing. It's just
no.
sponsoring me to ride.
Yeah.
But it's not like the longer I ride, the more you pay or whatever.
That would be funny, though.
That would be kind of funny. I'd just keep going. And
eventually just stop the bike. You're just like, I'm pretty tired.
I'm going to go home now.
It's like Forrest Dump.
I think I'm going to go take a dump now.
I got to go poopy. All right. Well, that'll do it for us, everybody. Take care of yourselves.